Hi everyone, welcome back to the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm GoLocal News Editor Kate Nagel. I would now like to welcome my next guest here into the studio, Rob Schulbaum, the writer and director of The Wrong Todd. Recently got tapped to premiere at the LA Independent Film Festival. Rob, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate your coming in. It's not every day you get tapped at the LA International Film Festival.
No, certainly not.
So talk with us a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about the film first and then talk about going to the festival and a little bit about you as well, because The Wrong Todd, as we chatted about in the green room, may be a little autobiographical. It's about a gentleman named Todd whose girlfriend gets an offer to move out to the West Coast, and things get a little interesting after that.
Yeah, it's heavily dramatized, but you know, when I used to live in LA, and before that I lived in Rhode Island, and when my wife and I decided to move back here, it was a difficult decision, and I was looking kind of for a way to externalize that into a dramatic situation about evil twins from parallel universes.
So talk with us about the process of writing this, and give us a little bit of your background in the film industry. You know, just had an author in on her book. I mean, going through the process of, you come up with the concept, but you know, clearly from soup to nuts, there's a lot in between there.
Yes, well, I lived in LA for about 10 years, where everybody's writing a screenplay in a coffee shop, so it wasn't unusual for someone to be working on something like this if it wasn't their bread and butter. I was an editor at Family Guy for about 9 years. I learned a lot there about what it takes to put a show together, bringing creative and technical people together to make something great. I learned about the anatomy of a joke, which was a good skill to have, I think. Yeah, so when I was looking for an idea, I wanted to kind of have a movie about relationships, but also with something a little otherworldly, kind of sci-fi, which is something I've always been interested in. So, you know, we had this move coming up, and it just kind of made sense to work through it a little bit on the page.
So talk with us a little bit about the filming process, about The Wrong Todd.
Well, we moved here to make the Wrong Todd in a great indie environment like Rhode Island. There's a lot of really passionate people who are working in the film industry here, and we obviously shoestring budget. We didn't have a lot to work with. So it was a lot of calling in favors, and everyone on our crew really stretched themselves and went above and beyond. But I really love making films in Rhode Island. There's so many great people, so many talented people who just want to make something great.
So will we see, if we watch The Wrong Todd, some elements of, will we see some Rhode Island landmarks, if you will?
Yeah, I tried to incorporate, you know, the skyline. You'll see some of the downtown Providence buildings.
I love Family Guy.
Yeah, just a touch. You know, as an independent film, we didn't have a lot of resources, big crowds, or anything like that. So, but yeah, we tried to make Rhode Island a character a little bit in the film.
So talk with folks about making an independent film, and then, you know, the next steps, looking for distribution, looking to get it screened places. You know, once you had that film ready to go, you know, where did you submit it? And tell us about hearing back from LA.
Yeah, well, it's been a learning experience for all of us, but you know, the job number one was to get the movie finished, which we did we finished shooting at the end of 2016. And then it was a long editorial process of just making sure we had the best takes and doing visual effects and putting music cues in. At that point, you just blast it out wherever you can. You know, you start with a list of your top festivals. One of our great producer, Anthony Ambrosino, who's kind of a local film legend, he knows exactly what to do, where to go. So we applied to, you know, the best ones we thought we'd be a good fit for. And right off the bat, we got into Los Angeles Film Festival. So we were pretty excited about that. And now from here, once that kind of opens the door, people are now aware of the film, interested in where it goes, and from there we can start doing regional premieres, something local. And yeah, hopefully over the next year we make, you know, 6 or 7 stops and find a distributor.
Excellent. Now, have you done the festival circuit before?
I have done. I've gone to festivals as parts of other people's films, as an editor. This is the first time where it's kind of my name at the top of the credits. So yeah, it's a little bit of a different beast when you're in charge of it, I guess.
So what's it like to be at a festival? There's other films there, there's screenings. As you said, you are networking. I mean, what is it really like to be at that? I mean, as you said, you've been with other productions, but people are going to be coming up to you now. So, I mean, what is it like?
Well, I mean, that's the hope. And every festival is a different animal. I have high hopes that LA Film Festival is the kind where movies get seen. You know, distributors will go there. It's right in their hometown where most distributors are located. But yeah, I mean, at its most base level, it's just a bunch of filmmakers coming together, sharing their films. There's lots of great like panel discussions and meet and greets and things like that. And I think it's just kind of a way to meet your peers and see what everyone else is up to.
So The Wrong Todd going out to the LA Independent Film Festival. I mean, is this the baby right now? I know folks always ask what's next, but I mean, this clearly is your focus right now.
Yeah, I've been told on a number of occasions that you know, once you get a film into a festival, you better have the next one ready. You know, you really can't stop. You got to keep that momentum going.
So are you? Do you have something in the hopper?
I do. But it's yeah. My goal right now is get to the festival, get it seen, and then I hope somebody asks me what I have next.
And then you'll fill them in.
Yes.
Being a little coy here, I might have to drag you back into the studio for the Wrong Todd. How many days will you be out there for, do you think?
We're going for the whole run of it, which is about 10 days. You know, we want to take full advantage and be present and meet everyone we can, and yeah, learn as much as we can. And
will you have to watch the film, The Wrong Todd, to find out which the good or the evil Todd wins out?
Of course. I think you'll find that there's some nuances too, some things you didn't expect.
Well, I appreciate your taking the time to come in. We love talking with filmmakers here in the studio, and wish you all the best out at the LA Independent Film Festival. Rob Schulbaum, thank you so much for taking the time to come in today.
Thanks for having me.
We'll provide all the links to the movie and to Rob as well. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back here to wrap up in just one moment. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. Thanks for tuning in to the noontime show today. We had a good one for you. Kicked off with Ray Rickman, the former state representative, Deputy Secretary of State, now heads up Stages of Freedom to give his big view. Roseanne Stodoia Materia, who is a Boston Marathon bombing survivor. Her book, Perfect Strangers, Friendship, Strength, and Recovery After Boston's Worst Day. She's a motivational speaker under her Robo Strong company, told us what it's like to go out, tell folks what it's like to be an amputee, and encourage people to move past any hardships that they have. Appreciate her taking the time to come in. Joe Warzika with the Rhode Island SPCA, with the recent case with Gerard Mayo's dog passing away at the hands of a trainer, wanted to have him in to talk about best practices to keep your animal safe, whether it's from a training or boarding standpoint. And finally, Rob Schulbaum with The Wrong Todd, an independent film shot here in Rhode Island, premiering at the LA Independent Film Festival in September. Appreciate his taking the time to come in here to talk about the film and what he envisions are next steps. So thank you for tuning in. Be sure to check out GoLocalProv.com over the weekend. Check us out on Facebook. We'll be back here in studio on Monday for Business Monday with Josh Fenton. I'm GoLocal News Editor